Good afternoon, like 3:30 in the afternoon, the day after we moved it. I wanted to do the install today, but we got rain in the forecast. And as I've said before, you don't want to do the install if there's going to be rain in a couple hours. And I don't like to do the install if there's going to be rain at all. What happens is you take down this trap after you put them in there. And yeah, their GPS is set for this location, but they don't know the entrance to the new colony, which would be the white one. And they can meander around and be confused. And if the rain comes in, they're going to get pounded and washed away. You got to remember that these swarms are vulnerable. In my opinion, every bee counts. That's why when I move them at night, and I try and make sure that I got every bee in there. So the transfer is not going to happen today, just for safety. I had to quickly build some frames. And one of the other things is, you may be wondering, well, why didn't you do it early in the morning? Early in the morning, removing that stick and doing the transfer, there could be several hundreds or thousands of bees that didn't do their orientation flights yet. So if I move it in the morning, I get them up in the air. Again, this one is too close for comfort to the catch site. I could send them in the air and they could go back to the catch site. And again, I'm losing bees that way. So that's why I don't do it in the morning, the day after the transfer. I wanted to do it today, but in all honesty, I normally give it a day of the box sitting on top. So that's probably best, although there's rain in the forecast for tomorrow as well. So that's where I'm at. I'm eager to get it done. I'm actually really excited about keeping bees at this new location, just to see what's in the area. I'll isolate any honey flows than our other bee yard, because they're 20-some miles apart, and everything can be different. You could be a couple miles away from my bee yard and your flow could be completely different. So now looking at this one, it's been like this all day, and bees don't do orientation flights all day. They're way up high. It's 10 feet in the air all around this trap. I like their disposition. One of the catches I caught at this site was that nasty hive, the nastiest hive I've ever had, which has since changed because they superseded. But this looks like it's going to be a big one. So normally my train of thought is the big ones come first, then you get your cast off and your secondary swarms, which are your small ones. And then after that, you get nukes and colonies that people installed. For whatever reason, the management happened that their first year nuke or colony swarmed. That's my thought. So big, small, big. This year is all that's out the window. I caught tiny swarms at the beginning of the season, and now I'm catching a big one. But again, my thought on this one could be this is someone's install that got away from them. So they ordered a nuke or a package of bees this year, installed it, and for whatever reason, it happens to all of us that bees can swarm. But for new beekeepers, they tend to not realize how quickly a colony can build out, especially with a good nectar flow, and that they tend to not realize that their own colony could swarm even later in the season. So we'll see. I'm still waiting for that marked queen. Haven't caught one yet, but man, this really, really looks like a nice catch. I really like the way this one looks. Everything's functioning as normal. They're doing orientation flights. I'm sure they're foraging. I haven't witnessed pollen, but there's just too much activity to get down there without any type of protection. And I'm not wearing anything right now. So anyways, I hope you guys are catching. I hope you are at least seeing scouts. I hope you're enjoying your season. If you're in Michigan, it's crazy and hard. So hang in there. Your turn is next. Thanks for watching.